Hello everybody, assalamu alaikum. Okay, so let's repeat with our let's continue with our review. Okay, so last day we did the methods of protection, methods of protectionism. Then we did the, mm, the benefit and disadvantage of free trade. So let's do the advantage and disadvantage of protectionism today. So, what was protectionism again? Protectionism was it's a policy by which government protects the domestic industry from the foreign competition. Okay. So, one of the main reasons or advantage of protectionism is that it protects jobs. Okay. Because foreign competition is very intense. It's very difficult. So, what happens that because of the competition, because of the competition, what happens that because of the domestic farms may shut down, and if domestic farms shut down, then local jobs will be lost and unemployment may rise. Okay, next is protecting the infant industries. Infant industries means like the new industries. The industries that are yet to get established, it's a new industry. Okay. So, in new industries or infant industries, they face it's difficult for them to it's difficult for them to compete with the foreign farms. Okay, so as there are new farms, okay, it's very difficult for them. So what they do, it will be very difficult for them. So as a result, they um, if they are exposed to foreign competition, then they won't be able to survive, and they have to shut down their industries. Okay, so that's why government need to help them with protectionism. Next is preventing dumping. So dumping is illegal in international trade. It means that like selling goods and services to another country which is below the production cost. Okay. So if foreign firms are selling at a cost which is below the production cost, then definitely it's a loss, right? So foreign firms can continue with the loss, but uh, continue with the local firms they may not be able to continue with this kind of loss, okay? And they may shut down. Next is raising revenue. And so, tariff is a part of protectionism, right? Tax, remember, tax on import. So tariff is a tax on import, and it's so basically it's one of the source of revenue for the government. Mm, okay, and next is preventing the entry of harmful or undesirable goods. Okay, so um, there can be goods which are harmful for the country. So it's the government's responsibility to stop or reduce the entrance of this kind of undesirable goods. Okay. Suppose it can be illegal goods or other like illegal drugs and stuff. Okay. The government need to protect the country from the entrance of this kind of undesirable or harmful goods. Then next is improving the current balance. So protectionism reduces import. So as import is reduced, it will also improve the current balance. Okay. So these are all the positive sides of the yeah, positive side of the protectionism. Okay. Okay, so here we have lots of good mornings. Okay. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Okay. Good morning, Samin Yasir Haq. Good morning, Faiza Kabir. Good morning, Nazifa Sayara. Okay. And okay. So good morning, everybody. So thank you for waking up early in the morning and attending the class. Okay, so now let me know if you're facing a problem. Okay, so the next is we have problems of protectionism. So loss of free trade benefits. If governments restrict the free trade, consumers will end up paying more for the products. Okay, and their choice will be limited. So if domestic producers are also exposed to competition, the quality of their goods may be inferior. Okay. So and the incentive to innovate will be reduced. So global growth will slow down, and people's standard of living all over the world will suffer, and fewer jobs will be created. Okay, so what's happening that because of free yeah, protectionism, we are losing all the benefit of free trade. And we already did go through the benefits of free trade. Okay, this is a very beneficial thing. Okay, you'll be able to get access to goods and services which are at a cheaper price, and so many options, and quality is high, and overall standard of living is high because of free trade. Okay, but because of protectionism, the country, the people of the country will lose the benefits. Okay, and next we have retaliation. Okay, retaliation like means that like if you are making problem for us, then we will also fight. Okay, so suppose a country is coming up with protectionisms or barrier to other countries, and also entrance is becoming difficult. So what will happen that those countries will also yeah, come up with protectionism or barrier. So this will lead to trade war. Okay, so that's a problem. The relationship between countries suffer because of this. Next, we have other policies may be more effective. I suppose protectionism, so we are already saying that it may lead to retaliation and the loss of free trade benefits. So other policies like maybe supply side policies will be also helpful for the country and to achieve the benefits that are achieved by protectionism. Okay? Like think about protecting the local jobs. Okay? And so supply side policies can be also used, and those might be more effective and less harmful than protectionism. Okay. So next we have world trade patterns and trade equilibrium. Okay. Because the spelling of block is wrong. Okay, it should be BLOCS. Okay, so we'll go to trading block later, but first let's go through the trading pattern. That means like it was like reason of increasing world trade or export. So what's happening? That the world trade is increasing, and also export is increasing. So why this is happening? See that better transport and communications. Okay, so see that world trade or international trade or export, import, these are increasing because of the better transport and communication. Because now we can transport quickly, and then even cheaply. Okay, so that's a reason by which this this trading block is achieved. Uh, so this is one of the reason. The transportation methods and communication methods are becoming very cheap, okay, and very fast. Okay. Let's think about like air transport. Air transport was very expensive once, okay, but now we can very easily go through this air transport, okay, which is very quick and also getting cheaper. Okay. So very easily with the help of ICT, that means like internet or other kind of telecommunication methods, you can very easily and in a very cheap manner you can communicate between countries. Next, we have relaxing of trade barriers. Okay, trade barriers are getting reduced. Okay, so the trend is like that. Like previously, there was lots of protectionism and everything, but now nowadays, what's happening? That protectionism is becoming a little bit relaxed. Okay? So what's happening? That world trade is increasing. Then we have important rounds of negotiations, and important rounds of negotiations like here are some examples like in Tokyo, there was a gathering between the country leaders, okay, presidents, prime ministers, ministers, okay, in 1979. And so one of the main reasons was to come up with something or some ideas that will lead to more trade, or relaxing of the yeah, barriers. Okay. So same thing happened in Uruguay and Doha. Okay. So and it's continuously is taking place, this kind of rounds, and this leads to increased amount of negotiations. Next, we have development of multinationals. So multinational companies are also improving a lot. Okay, so these are large firms who are trading in many countries and also selling goods and services to many countries. So this is leading to a like increase in global trade. And next we have travel and consumers awareness. So due to an increasing travel and consumers awareness, that what's happening, the consumers are becoming more prepared to buy goods from other countries. And so they are welcoming greater choices and also recognizing the imports can satisfy a growing number of needs and wants. Okay, so as people are traveling a lot, they're exposed to large number of goods and services, foreign goods and services. So now, when they return to their home, they're also demanding these goods and services. So that's why the demand for these foreign goods are increasing, and world trade is taking place. Next, we have yeah, trade agreements. Trade agreements include like these rounds of negotiations. Okay, so the country leaders or the multinationals or other traders like exporters and importers are coming with trade agreements between countries. Okay, like it can be with the neighboring countries, like relaxing of this. Regulation, or they also are coming up with trading blocks. Okay, this will lead to free trade and increasing world trade. So what is this trading bloc? Trading bloc is like a group of country joining together to enjoy free trade. Okay, so they're joining together, and it's benefiting everyone, right? So next we have mm, functions. Functions are like coordinating economic policies and development planning. What's happening that the countries are getting together, so they can coordinate the different economic policy between themselves, and they head towards development. Okay. So these examples, if you think about some of the examples like European Union, NAFTA, CARICOM, European Union is very popular, like all the not all actually almost all the country of the Europe is part of European Union. So they're getting together to coordinate the economic policy and development planning, and also they can help the less developed countries among the trading bloc. Then they can operate as a single market. Okay, like if you think about European Union, you can easily access between different countries very easily, and work as a like a single market. Then handling regional trade disputes. Okay, so they're solving many kind of trade disputes because if you can solve trade disputes, then you can increase the trade between yourself. Next, we have let's go through some of the benefits more. So benefits are like free trade. We already discussed the benefit of free trade. So because of trading bloc, it will be easier to enjoy free trade between countries. So all the benefits of free trade, like access to cheaper goods and services, increased choices or increased quality, exploitation of economies of scale, higher quality, innovation, all these benefits of free trade will be enjoyed. Okay. Okay. Then also we have because of the formation of the yeah, this trading bloc, what's happening that FDI is coming. That means between countries there will be lots of trading, and also we have formation of terminal should lead to closer cooperation between members. Like when you're forming this trading bloc, what's happening that every time you're trading, a country is becoming a consumer, another country is becoming a supplier. So what's happening that lots of cooperation will be there. Okay, there will be a helping attitude toward each other, instead of moving to wars. Okay, like previously you may have seen that like many countries are getting into wars, but because of this trading issues, there are many people are deciding to avoid this kind of conflicts and go for closer cooperation. Okay. Okay, so Isham, I mean Borshan. Okay, she's saying that she's present. Okay, thank you. You're present. Good. Okay. I can see 16 students are there in the class. Okay, thank you very much for attending the class and early in the morning. Okay. Okay, now we have disadvantages of trading blocks. Mm, so disadvantages of the trading blocks can be divided under two categories, like disadvantage to the members and disadvantage to the non-members. So disadvantage to the members includes like trading, which will discourage further globalization, because they will trade between themselves and they won't be able to trade with other countries. Okay, so that's a problem. Okay. So within themselves, they may be enjoying free trade, but with other countries outside of the bloc, there may be other good opportunities, but they will lose out those opportunities. Then trading blocs are associated with financial cost of the government and the taxpayers of the countries. So lots of financial costs are involved and related to this. So it's not free. Maintaining this block is expensive. So it's an additional cost and it will be might be a burden to the taxpayers. Then it is also possible for firms within a trade to merge and become too powerful, and they can form a regional monopoly. Okay, if this happens, then it's not a good thing because it will be there will be exploitation of consumers. So the free trade benefit won't be enjoyed. Like what will happen that price will rise, quality will fall, choices may fall. So it's very harmful for the consumers. And it is difficult to change the price of goods and demand pattern of the consumer in a block. So as a result, farms in a block cannot compete in the world market. Okay. See that because it is these blocks are covering huge amount to regions, so among them the demand pattern is quite different. It's not easy to compete and change prices. Okay, so it's also very difficult to think all those countries in a common market. So it's very difficult to set a price and uh, come up with features mm, which can satisfy the demands and wants of the people of the country. Okay, then we have a disadvantage to a non-member country. Suppose think about for the European Union, this is a non-member country. Okay, so they're not part of it. So whenever EU is thinking separately and trading between themselves, what's happening? That the non-members may also suffer. So I see that countries that do not belong to trading blocs will face common trade barriers when selling goods to any member inside the bloc. Okay. So suppose previously maybe Bangladesh had a good relationship with Germany and they used to trade between themselves without any barrier. But after the formation of the barrier, or the formation of the bloc, what will happen that there has to be a common barrier between all the European countries. So if other countries are not agreed to provide a free trade benefit with Bangladesh or a lower barrier with Bangladesh, then like it will be a problem for all of them. Okay. Next, there will be like farms of the other countries cannot compete with the farms inside the bloc. So other country farms from the other countries, they may also suffer doing trades. Okay, so that's all for today. Okay, see you in the next class, inshallah. Okay, so let me know any problem if you face any problem, and those who haven't submitted the assignments yet, submit it. Okay, okay, thank you, everybody.